Bonjour! Hello! Kamusta? I'm Keesha Reyes from BSHM 2, and for today we're going to make a dish from Filipino cuisine. So, we're going to make PUTO in 3 flavors: plain, ube, and pandan. So, Filipino cuisines, PUTO is a kind of famous dish in the Philippines. Mostly it is eaten during merienda time around 3 to 4 p.m. PUTO is a kind of steamed rice cakes, and it is very famous here in the Philippines. Usually, kids loves them, and especially the elderly. And you see PUTO, it will always be there in every birthdays or occasions here in the Philippines. So today, I'll be starting. So let me introduce you the ingredients first. So I have here cake flour, condensed milk, water, vanilla extract, egg, melted butter, cheese for the toppings, sugar as our sweetener, baking powder, and our flavorings, namely ube and pandan. So I'm just going to put my face mask first. Alright, so I have here a bowl containing cake flour. So I'm going to put my sugar here and mix it all using my wire whisk. So, as you can see, I'm using cake flour. So, if you're wondering why not can I use all-purpose flour, well, you can actually use all-purpose flour since, as the name itself, all-purpose. But here in this recipe, it is actually recommended to use cake flour because cake flour will make your PUTO fluffy. So, once I evenly mix this, I have here another bowl. And this is where I'm going to mix my wet ingredients. So this is a bowl full of dry ingredients. I'm going to just set this aside. So I'm going to mix first as my condensed milk, my vanilla extract, my melted butter, and lastly my egg. Make sure you crack your eggs first in a separate bowl so that you prevent from getting a rotten egg and not directly placed on your batter. So I'm just going to get my wire whisk and mix all ingredients. So I have my bowl of dry ingredients, and there's going to make a hole in the middle. So this is where we're going to add the liquid ingredients. So before I mix this, I have here a rice cooker with a steamer on it. So I'm just going to put some water. This is 3/4 cup, and just start it. Make it start to boil as I'm mixing this. So wire whisk. So as I'm mixing this, I'm going to add water gradually. Here's my second. So once you see that there's no traces of flour on the sides or even lumps on it, make sure you stop mixing because you do not want to overwork the flour. Once you see that the batter is smooth, this is the time that you'll stop mixing. There. So as you can see that my batter is smooth. Alright, so this is done. Next, I'm going to strain the mixture to remove any lumps, bubbles, or even egg strands, for us to ensure to have a smooth batter. As you can see, we've got some lumps here. I'm just going to set this aside. And quickly clean my workplace. So, this batter that I have, I'm going to divide it into 3. So I have here an additional 2 bowls. Alright. So first flavor that I'm going to make is the plain one. So I have here my baking powder. Let me check first. Alright, so I can see that the water here is already boiling. So I'm just going to add the baking powder. So the reason why we add the baking powder, let's say a minute or a second before it's going in our steamer, is because we don't want to let the baking powder sit for a long time. So you want, since it might not be activated when it's sitting for a long time, so that's why we are adding it a minute before putting it in the steamer. So I have here my PUTO molder. So we're just going to, this is a medium size one. So for easy scooping, I'm just going to use an ice cream scooper. And just fill it up 3/4. You do not want to overfill this because it might flood while Alright, so clean my workplace again. So in one flavor, we can make 6 PUTO. So I'm going to add cheese on top of my PUTO. And this is ready to be steamed. Sorry. Just going to place this on top quickly as you can. So luckily it fits 6. So I'm just going to take this cloth. Putting this ensures that all the water droplets or the evaporation while steaming it will not directly go to the PUTO as we are cooking it. And we will steam this for 8 to 10 minutes. Alright, so once this is cooking, do not open the lid or even check. Just wait for the 10 minutes to be up, since we want the heat in our pan to remain, because baking powder activates when it's on heat. So when you're always checking or lifting the lid up, the heat might go down, because once you open up, the heat can escape and it might not fully rise up since the heat decreases. Since the heat decreases when we're always open up the lid. So as I'm waiting for the 10 minutes to be up, I'm going to flavor our other PUTO. So I have here a buko pandan flavoring. And just mix it again. Right. Next flavor is ube. So this is a half teaspoon of each flavoring. So half ube, half pandan. the timer has went off, so I'm just going to get my gloves here. Just gonna set this aside and lift off. Oh wow, alright. So I'm just gonna get my tongs since this is gonna be hot. A plate. As you can see here, there's our PUTO. Quickly remove the PUTO. I'm just going to refill the water again. I can really see that our PUTO is very fluffy. So next flavor is Pandan. So next is Pandan. Gonna add our baking powder. Mix this. This is ready to be scooped. So our pandan is ready. Quickly, I'm sorry, I forgot to add cheese. So our pandan is ready. I'm going to add some cheese. And it's now ready. Careful, this is hot. So, compared to the plain where we managed to make 6 PUTO, for Pandan, we only managed to make 5. So, I'm just going to wait this again for 10 minutes. Alright, so our Pandan PUTO is done. Our PUTO is very jiggly and fluffy, look. Alright, so here is our Pandan PUTO. Alright, so next flavor is ube. So I'm just going to get my molders and add our baking powder. Yes. Our ice cream scoop. And of course, cheese. Now it's ready. So we put in our steamer. And wait for another 10 minutes. Alright, so our ube PUTO are done. So let's take it out. Alright, so we're done. So here are our PUTO. So we have here is the plain PUTO, Pandan PUTO, and ube PUTO. Now these are ready to be evaluated. Alright, so we're done making our PUTO. We have here the 3 flavors that we made earlier, and these are ready to be evaluated. So I have 3 evaluators for today, and let's plate them. So I have here is the plain PUTO, the ube PUTO, and the pandan PUTO. So I have a plate here, along with some knife and a fork that they can use to later. Our PUTO, and that will be accompanied with a drink.